Okay. All right, we back. We back again. I'm gonna let it fill up a little bit. Once again, heavily flawed, BKA Super Slash 75, www.onthewakeradio.com. Shout out to producer Cindy Ashby. We're always found on www. Shit, never mind. Replays. SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play for the replays. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna give it a minute, let everybody come back in if they're not aware that I'm at it again. So I kind of want to take calls tonight. The basis tonight is whatever alien theories you've heard or you believe in. I'm willing to listen. Please don't be afraid to call in. There's no judgment. No story is too wild unless you start trolling and shit. But other than that, I'm curious to hear what you guys have come across in your travels, growing up, experiences. If you had an experience, right? Yeah, I've never had any alien experiences, just with ghosts and shit. So yeah. Wait. Prove you're not cloned or memory wiped. We were freaked out. Oh no, I'm good. Listen. You'll know if they got me. Cause I'll be talking all real nice and sweet to her. They'll be like, wait a minute, Sly's real. He's loving. Oh, he loves his wife. And no, that's when you know. Listen, the day you hear me talk sweet and really, and just really stupid affectionate, that's when you know they got me, son. Super Sly ain't never like that. Not like that though. I be having my moments, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I heard. I'm working on a video, but hey, she was all over the place. They was giving this bitch awards, this chick awards and stuff. So you got to pay what you owe, Riley. Pay what you owe, nigga. She had to pay what she owed. But I'll do a video on that tonight and then just upload it for tomorrow morning. So yeah. I'll post the number in the chat. I will post the number in the chat because I don't want this to be all about me, right? So. Oh yeah, thank you, conspiracy. Yeah. That's the call-in number. Like, yeah, call in. I want to hear your thoughts and ideas on whatever alien theories you've had, or not even aliens, just whatever interdimensional, whatever the case may be. I want to have a. I want to hear what you guys have come across. So for me, let's see, what all that I have come across in theories and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty open to the idea of different. Yeah, I heard. You know what? Let me just go ahead and might as well just go ahead and do it now. Let's just go ahead and cover the story. Hold up, let me pull up my browser. Let's do this together, and I'll just chop this up and make it its own video tomorrow. Where we at? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Wait. Regina King. We gonna do this thing together, and I will make it its own separate video. All right. Now, what have I always said? If you are cool with a celeb, God forbid your one of your parents be a celeb, it's not good. It's not a good look. All right, so Regina King's son Ian Alexander dead at 26 after apparent suicide. Let's see. Details are scarce, but sources close to the situation exclusively tell Love B. Scott that Ian died from apparent suicide today. 2 days after his 26th birthday. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Suicide's listen, no one questions a suicide. It's a nice little bow tie on whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? So WGCI. That's back home for me. Let's see what else. Let's see what they say. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. No one has any, you know. Me personally, I will wait for TMZ. TMZ once again is the entertainment division of the CIA. So I just I personally would want to hear from TMZ, or at least they would probably end up having more info than most people. Yeah, even Lipstick Alley's. Yeah, see, parent suicide. Mm-hmm. Okay. But once again, suicide's a nice little bow tie. Really doesn't really get into the depth of whatever the case may be. You know. So that was her son. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm just going through some things right now. Okay. All right. So well, I'm waiting for people to call in if they want to call in. But then I'm sure everybody that's on the other last stream is like not even aware that I'm restreaming again. They probably didn't get notifications, but whatever the case, we're gonna rock out. That. Okay. Notes. That. Done. Did I watch Netflix Archives 81? I didn't watch it already? Okay. How many episodes is this? Wow. Okay. You know what's funny? Peacemaker. The Butterflies. Is anyone up to speed on Peacemaker? The first two episodes were very slow for me. But episodes 3 and 4 really picked up. I am liking Vigilante. I am liking that character. So Peacemaker, basically, Amanda Waller loans Peacemaker out to Mern and his crew, and he's tasked with finding these monsters. So it's like Grimm and Supernatural, right? But the creatures they're after are called butterflies. Now we all know what butterflies mean. Now I'm not saying every woman that has a butterfly tattoo is under some type of programming, but because of what I've seen and what I've seen people go through, when I see a woman with a butterfly tattoo, it gives me a slight pause. Now she may not even understand. She may not have gone through anything, but when I see the butterfly tat, I'll just be like, you know. so so yeah, so he ended up killing the politician. The politician's entire family were butterflies. And then he shot. Oh, it was funny because he had put the shotgun. He's like, "Oh, peace out, motherfucker!" And he shot him in the face. And then this butterfly creature comes out, and then the files, it shows all the butterfly creatures throughout the world, and it's a shitload of them, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay. And then come to find out, Peacemaker's captain, his officer's chief officer is a fucking butterfly. And so this is getting good. Yeah. I like Vigilante. I didn't like him at first, but now I'm like, okay, I like him. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, when I see the butterfly, man, and it's like I said, no diss to any woman, but when I see that shit, that I look at you like this, you know? Yeah, yeah. It's like that's a huge red flag for me. Now you may be the sweetest person on the planet, and you've not harmed a fly, and you feed the homeless, and you babysit homeless children. You can do all that shit. I'm still gonna look at you like, yeah, you know. But then a lot of people get signs and symbols on them, not even realizing what that shit means. But to the wrong person, it can mean something, you know. So, yeah. So remember, under Barack's first term, they appointed the black woman as like the official NASA ambassador in case they ever meet aliens. Remember that shit? It was his first term, and he appointed that black woman as like the ambassador, the meet and greet ambassador, if they ever came across extraterrestrial aliens. So they have to kind of just really, really walk you through this. You know, it's not like the B-52 bomber. You know what I'm saying? It's not like revealing the F-117. That's not like, it's not, people can handle that. Just like, you know, what Tommy Lee, Agent K said in Men in Black. Do you understand? People are not ready for this type of shit. You know? Peacemaker is a TV show on HBO Max. If you watch the last Suicide Squad, John Cena plays a Peacemaker. It's a DC character, but yeah. Yeah. It picked up for me episode 3 and 4. So yes, the cats. Yes, cats and lizards do not get along. That's right. Cause now, according to Donald Marshall, so the vril, right? These little insectoid, half insectoid, half whatever, these nasty little creatures. Like, so according to Donald Marshall, some people keep them as pets, right? And cats don't like them. Cats are a natural enemy to them, natural predators, whatever. But then, okay, so they have a hierarchy society where for people getting swapped out. So what they do is the proboscis, it comes out and into the eye, and then that's how they transfer its consciousness into you, and you pretty much go into stasis, and it takes over you. So a lot of the one-eyed symbolism refers to the vril society. But like I said, that's if you if you believe that stuff. They're very old creatures. They have a very nasty disposition. Like I said, if you follow Donald Marshall, then he talks about REM 2 and REM 3 clones, the different stages of cloning, whatever celebrities that have been cloned and still at the cloning centers and all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's, like I said, it's all it depends on what you believe. So. No, not Secretary of State. No, it was a sister that was appointed like the NASA ambassador, like the meet and greet. I grew up in church that was led by Oral Roberts' pupil. Oh, I remember his wife having a Bible study on aliens. Right. Yeah. Okay. My friend has a bearded dragon and cats. Yeah, so that's that. Like I said, it all depends on what you take and what you believe. I don't judge any other way because I believe the truth is far more scarier than what they're telling us. But like I said, you just, for the most part, you just can't. You gotta the human psyche is very, very fragile, and you see how fragile it is during this current climate that we're in, right? You see how easily fearful and programmable people are if they're fed a certain narrative over time, enough time, and you'll see what they'll do to defend it. Like these people will not let you disturb their comfort. You know what I'm saying? Disturb their peace. That's why I keep telling people, stop trying to wake people up. Don't do that. You're gonna get yourself jammed up. You're gonna get yourself hurt doing that shit. If people come to you asking questions, then answer their questions and leave it at that. That's why Twitter is a blessing and a curse. But you see people go at it on Twitter all the time. You have the believers versus non-believers, and then those are stuck in the middle. And then you hear all the stories of people losing family and friends over certain beliefs, only for them to come back around and say, "Okay, you were right," but that by then it's so fractured. You know, it's wild business. Yeah, you gotta let them sleep, sis. I tell people, let them sleep. Let them sleep. You putting your life on the line when you do that shit. You know. But then you have some people that just love to be proven right, that love to be right all the time, and it's like you're just as bad as those that are asleep. So by all means, let them sleep. Let the sleeping dogs lie. You're doing yourself a favor. And then you have those people that want to go back to sleep once they get the dose and a whiff of all this. It goes back to the old Cypher narrative. Cypher had enough. He's like, I just want the steak, man. You know. See, don't do it. For what? For what? Listen, the whole Joe Rogan episode with the doctor guy, that's great. That's a good thing because Spotify, I believe, is the next legit threat to YouTube. Okay? Spotify, if the way Spotify is moving, I believe they're going to be the next legit threat to YouTube. And I'm saying this because what Joe Rogan has been able to accomplish. But then I don't put extras on Joe Rogan because at one point, Alex Jones was the fucking man, right? For 15 years, right? Joe Rogan hasn't said or done anything. You know what I'm saying? Like for 15 to 20 years, Alex Jones was the guy for everything out of the norm, right? If it was aliens, if it was government conspiracies, if it was, all this and this, and the Bohemian Grove, Alex Jones was your guy. And you see how they just got rid of him. So Joe Rogan has filled that spot. I will say this. The fact that Spotify has not removed that episode with that particular doctor, but yet every video with that doctor, YouTube is like, get out of here with that. Right. And then all these other corporations have filed petitions against Spotify to remove that episode. And the fact that Spotify has said, no, we're going to keep that. That's a good thing. But don't be fooled. At the end of the day, it's all big tech. At the end of the day, it's all big tech. This makes Spotify money. Don't think Spotify has your best interest in heart with, behind behind Joe Rogan. Right. Don't let them fool you like that. Okay, and before Joe Rogan, we had Jesse Ventura, right? And it's a miracle this man is still alive. I'm surprised they have not killed Jesse Ventura. Do y'all forget how much dirt Jesse has unearthed? I used to watch his TV show all the time. I have clips of his show that I will not put on YouTube because I learned my fucking lesson. It'll be on the Wake Up Radio, but it won't be on YouTube. Right, there's the clip with the doctor. Oh, I forget her name, but she was a doctor. Now, mind you, that TV show was 10 years old, and she was already saying they're going to have this stuff, these things in place, herd immunity and all. I was like, Jesse Ventura. Yeah, he went into Wisconsin. I believe it's Wisconsin, Minnesota. Like, and remember, he was complaining they were not letting him into the meetings. Remember that? I think it was his first term. He was like, they won't even let me in these certain meetings. I'm trying to get information, and they were shutting him out because they already knew he was going to tell everybody, So, yeah, I drop keywords if they don't pick it up. Listen, bro, I don't even do that. Like, I don't even entertain conversations with people like that. If you come to me and I'm like, well, other than that, I'm not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So, some of y'all better than me. U.S. Nimitz and the Tic Tac incident. Okay. Just listen. I work in the industry. I'm explaining something. Okay. Wait, and remember hearing about the TV grays were just dimensional suits used to come here and do. They're doing something with the blood. Okay, so you have. Okay, Doc Rock has a play with. Gotcha. So there's several different reptiles, right? Gray ones, green ones, brown ones. That's all I know of. And I know the green and brown are like really mean, and the grays are just like, we don't like you, but we ain't gonna go out of our way to torture you, right? But like I said, it all depends on what you believe and what you follow. Yeah, yeah. But here's my thing. Here's what I'm worried about. Once again, as content creators, we all know when the money comes in and when the ads come in, that's when censorship, or you have to preface your words. The fact that they let Joe Rogan get away with so much is not. I get it, but I'm like, yo, y'all forget what Alex Jones. Listen, there's nothing Joe Rogan can say or any guest that Joe Rogan can bring on that has not already been said or done by Alex Jones. Y'all forget. Like, Alex was talking mad, reckless, spilling the beans. And I'm like, okay, they're giving him permission to say all this, right? And then I'm like, at some point, they're going to shut him up. At some point. And when they started canceling him and shit, and he's losing these lawsuits for slander and libel, I'm like, this is how they're going to do it. Okay, they're not only going to shut him up, they're going to, break his pockets and shame him. So at this point, Alex Jones is going to be a pariah when they're done with him. It's too easy to whack him. No, you strip him of his finances, of his image, his reputation. You drag him through the mud for years. And then the next time somebody ever mentions Alex Jones, you're like, oh, that crazy nut job, that guy, right? you seeing what they doing to your boy. Can I speak on it? No, I can't. Trump. Okay. Well, I got a call.
Call from
DT.
Hey, what's happening?
Yo, Slice. I appreciate you for answering my call, man. I just didn't know if my comment was getting to the people, but there was someone put a video out about Alex Jones and how he wasn't Alex Jones before the government was allowing him to, I guess, use that name and start like talking about all these hidden gems out there. And there's this video out there where he has like dark hair and he's heavier set, and then they clip back to the guy that they were actually going to allow to use the name Alex Jones, and he was like a blonde-haired, skinnier guy. But I guess they killed him off and then let Alex Jones, go on with his show. But I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Wow, y'all gonna get me clipped tonight, babe. Get the guns. They're gonna come for me. They're not even gonna knock. No, that's crazy. Thank you, DT, for that. That's crazy, yo. Yeah, the Trump thing. Listen, I told y'all. Now, I'm not the only one that said it, but I told y'all Trump did too much first term. Okay, he didn't want to play ball. Okay. They would have easily let him get a second term, but he did too much. He gave y'all access to too much money, right? I got a call. Hold on.
Call from
I to the 5.
Speak on it, homie.
What up, home Slice? What's the word?
Hey, you tell me.
Hey, well, you don't forget. Sometime back, was it a couple years ago? Our boy Bill Cooper, Alex Jones. That's the whole the podcast people ain't ready for. Remember, they were trying to take him down live. They were trying to take him out live doing one of his live podcasts years back.
Okay.
And they scrubbed it. And they scrubbed it off the internet. He was scared. He was scared for his life. They were trying to take him down.
Wow. Okay.
And, yeah. What's up?
No, get rock. Yeah, let it rock. Go ahead. Get yeah.
And also too. Speaking of scrubbing the internet. Did we not forget Trump's speech some time back
when he was president, said he had a conversation with the higher power. And they told him, "Hey, don't tell the humans yet, because they're not ready we're not ready to fulfill ourselves to the humans."
Yeah.
They wouldn't know how to act. See, people forget about that. You can't find that speech on the internet no more.
Right.
It's getting real, homie. It's getting real. The TV show V was trying to tell us what time it was.
And
they even made a remake of the show V and tried to tell us again, but cats weren't listening.
That's right.
And they pulled the plug on that show.
That's right.
Hey, cats, hey, you better lock and load. They here. That's
right.
all I'm gonna say.
All right, bro.
Earth is a prison planet. It's a filter.
Yeah,
it's a filter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be quiet now, because YouTube be tripping.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah, my man, Iron 5. Yeah, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on Trump, but yo, everybody that was down with him, they're getting all these subpoenas. You got subpoenas coming from New York. You got subpoenas coming from Georgia. They subpoena Giuliani. Anybody heard Lynn? Have you seen Lynn Wood? Has anybody seen Lynn Wood? Remember, not even 3 months ago, Lynn Wood was like, "Yo, we're gonna take out the Vatican and all. We're gonna get all." Remember that speech, and every white folk was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it." Man, listen. What I've learned this: you don't have enough numbers. You just don't. You don't have enough numbers of those inside that are willing to see this thing go away. Do you understand? Like, how can I say this? You just don't have the numbers, right? Had Trump just been chilled and turned off the financial spigot when they told him to, those PPP loans was one thing. You know what I'm saying? That was like almost like some shit for some nigga shit. It was the other monies that he was letting people get access to. And remember, I made the video, I don't know how long ago was it? 5 years ago. I said Trump is going to be the best thing for black people. And let me tell you, baby, they came at me so hard. At one point, I turned the comments off. Of that video because I said Trump's going to be the best thing for black people. And I got hit with everything and the kitchen sink, right? And I would say that video has aged well because with all the opportunities that he did too much. And when it was time for him to chill, he didn't chill. And he didn't have enough numbers to insulate and shield himself from what's happening now. Listen, they're rounding up everybody that ever had a hand in helping him. Okay? And I laugh at those that are like, "Oh, 2024. Where? Like, I don't hear that shit now. Hell, I told y'all when he was going to lose, I said they're not gonna let him rerun. Like, you just don't throw your name in the ballot because you can. Right? And yeah, man, that's ugly, dog. I mean, they have so many ways to get you. There's so many ways to get you. Yeah, Len's still on it. Listen, that man gonna end up not breathing. Okay? That man gonna end up not breathing. Okay, I hear y'all what y'all saying. But at the end of the day, the powers that be, and it's not gonna happen. All right? It's not gonna happen. I mean, y'all can wish and hope. Wait, Lorville. Willie D is such a he's a suck ass. He's a suck ass. That man has no backbone in his body. Like, he has no original thought. And let Willie D believe in what Willie D believes. I don't even watch Willie D. I don't even listen to fucking Ghetto Boys anymore like that. You know? You remember that I was in the car? I sure was. I told I said, if you about your business, Trump's the best thing for you. Fuck you, Sly. You fucking Trump's pouring the Sly. I was like, it's not even about Trump. It's the opportunities afforded. Like, okay, so every president, if you play the game right, opens certain doors. Okay? Like under Bush and Bush Jr., I did good. Under Reagan, my parents did great. Like I hear a lot of horror stories from the 80s. I know the stock market crashed in 82, 83. I remember that. But for the most part, if your parents did not do crack, you did good. Matter of fact, I'll even say black people, if you did not do crack, you did pretty good in the 80s. In the 80s. Okay? Oh, I got a call.
Call from conspiracy.
Yeah, boy, what's happening?
What's good, man?
Bro, talk to me.
I mean, you still on, huh?
Yes, sir.
Late.
Yeah.
All right, so look, I got one.
Yeah.
Got one for you.
Yeah.
So, no, of course, it's nothing that I'm saying. It's 100% factual, right? But there is I guess you say a theory that whenever Hitler, they say that he was supposedly had got some technology from the aliens and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So they say that that the whole deal was that he actually succeeded, and in return, that, they were going to need people. They needed actual people, which is why then everything else followed, as far as the whole Holocaust and whatnot. But if you look at the Nazi death marches, it lines up like with I forgot what constellation it is. It's one of the I want to say look, I forgot the constellation, but the Nazi death marches, the way they took them down, that little march, it lines up exactly with the constellation.
Okay.
And kind of just a little something to back it up, but it's all alleged. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, but y'all hang up and listen, bro. That's all. That little theory right there.
I appreciate it. Hey, what's today? Today is so like I'm thinking early Sunday. We can talk some Southern hip hop because I got a couple of people I want to bring on to talk about Southern hip hop and yeah.
Cool with me.
Okay. I'll hit you and set that up.
All right, that's big.
Okay, bro.
All right, bro. All
right. That was Conspiracy, my personal jeweler. That was my personal jeweler, bitch. My wife is a fucking hater. She hate me. She hate when I be stunned. Anywho, so if your parents didn't do crack, you were straight. Like, yeah, as evil as Reagan and Bush Jr. were, I lost money big time under Obama, though. I'll say that. Like, Obama's some of my worst financial years. But that's my fault for not looking for cracks in the system to exploit. So every president brings a potential set of problems and solutions. So your job is to say, okay, where does this president's strengths and weaknesses are? If there are weaknesses that don't work for you, cool. Exploit the strengths that each president brings to you. And like I said, I would almost argue that black people, whether they want to admit it or not, had more financial success under Trump, clearly than under Obama, right? If you are a Republican conservative, even if you're not even in that, right? If you're just an average hardworking black person, I would almost say you have better financial success under Trump than you did Obama. But if you're into liberal, Democratic funded policies and programs, then you made a killing under Obama. But once again, you're taking shit hand to mouth, you're being led by the hand, you're giving shit, you don't earn it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another discussion for another day. Right. Even with the HBCU funding, right? Evil Trump gave the HBCUs lifetime funding. And then what did Biden and them come do? They gutted that shit out. Okay, I'm done. I'm all right. The wife said no more politics. All right, shit. The Dixie Chicks. When's the last time you heard of them? Remember what they did to the Dixie Chicks? Right? What do I think about Afrofuturism? We know it's funny. When you say that, I think Afro Samurai. It's like a dystopian, futuristic society. And I don't have much to offer on that. I'm sorry. But when I see the word Afro and future, I automatically think Afro Samurai. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm sorry. I don't have enough knowledge on that to give you anything to go on. What if they did not do crack in the 80s and still did? Then that's their fucking fault. Listen, you have a hard time showing me people who did poorly on, on purpose in the 80s. I get it. We had trickle down economics. We had Reaganomics. I get all that. You had the crime. They were working on the crime, but I get all that. Listen, the 80s was decadence. The 80s was about opulence. Okay? It was excess. It was over the top. I mean, greed is good. Gordon Gekko, right? You would have a hard time finding me a subsection of people that were doing just abysmal in the 80s. The 80s, everybody was getting it in, whether legally or illegally. Listen, I remember when the market crashed, Black Monday. I remember on TV them showing us these dudes jump out of the fucking buildings. I remember watching that shit. Wall Street brokers jumping out of the fucking buildings. I remember that shit like it was clear as day. I was 11, 12 or 13 watching NBC. Black Monday. I remember that shit. I remember seeing dudes jump out of the fucking window and the camera would just follow them down to the fucking ground. Okay? Like that was not, that was real. When they crashed the market on purpose, of course. So, yes, always. Exactly. Look for the financial opportunity, not the crack rocks. I'm just saying, yo. Yeah, Chrisette Michelle. Yeah. I never heard of the artist Sun Ra until the other day. Apparently, he is old school inspired. Yeah, listen, Sun Ra is the one that taught Earth, Wind, and Fire. The story goes with Sun Ra. The story goes he was so in tune with nature. They say he could point to the sky and make it rain. That's what they say. This guy was he was so in tune. Like he was vibrating at such a frequency, this guy could point to the sky and make the shit rain. So this is the guy that schooled Earth when he gave Earth, Wind, and Fire all of their ideas for the the Egyptian themes and all that, and he taught them the Commission lessons. Like he's that guy, Hey, when to tell you, everybody, listen, there were no broke people. Listen, this is how I know everybody's doing good. I remember when the alley hooch. Okay, so for us, all the poor people, the poor kids, their houses lived in alleys. I told this story before, but the houses lived in alleys. Right? They were in the back of the alleys. Right? We call them alley hooch. I remember when crack hit. My cousin was married to one of the biggest dope dealers in the city. Right? And I knew all of his workers. They were all alley hoots. Okay? This is when the Jordan 4s came out. 106. I told the story before. Mom, we went to Foot Locker. It was like, Mom, we need some Jordans. It was me and my brother at the time. It's like, Mom, can we get some Jordans? She said, okay, yeah, go get them. They rung them shits up. It was $212 and some change. And she said, 200 what? I said, yes, ma'am. That's $212 and some change. And she said, what the hell kind of shoes are $100 goddamn dollars? And he said, ma'am, they're 106. They're 106 and whatever, 100. They were 106 a pair. And she looked at us and she looked at him. She says, that's not the right. There's no damn shoe worth. And he said, man, and we just looking like, yo, Ma, come on. Like, Ma, yo, we need these shoes. Matter of fact, it had the plastic Nike badge on it and clear and orange. The 4s came out, motherfucking, because I remember, Do the Right Thing and what the fuck, Giancarlo Esposito's character, Bugger Man, right? And it was like, yo, we got them in black. We got the black ones. He was like, yo, mom, please, we'll do anything. Like we'll do chores. We'll do, please, you could put us on punishment. That we were begging to be put on punishment just to have the fucking shoes. That's how it really was. But I remember going to school the next day, and all the rich kids had them. If it ain't worth a day or two later, all the alley hoots had them. And we were like, how can you afford them? You guys are poor. Now we're kids. This is real. This is true story. True fucking story. Listen, I'm sorry. True fucking story. We're like, ugh. Like, how y'all can afford these? Y'all making this shit look bad. Ugh, y'all poor. And then what the alley hoots do, they pull out a fucking knot of fucking money. We was like, we getting, however kids will respond with they all put out fucking knots of money. And that's how they was working for my cousin's husband. They were all his little dope boy runners and shit. Everybody in the 80s was getting it. Everybody. For the most part, if your parents wasn't getting it, they was probably on crack. No diss to nobody. But everybody came up in the 80s. Everybody. Okay? Shit. Nigga, I'm telling you. All right. Yeah. So, back to Joe Rogan. It's great now. It looks good, but if it looks too good, you know what they say. If it looks too good, that's great. Joe's got his 100 mil, and I think Joe Buttons is kicking himself in the ass. Joe Buttons, if you're listening, you dumb, you stupid. You should took that Spotify money. You stupid. Now you stuck on YouTube with the rest of us. Your numbers are shitty. Come on, this nigga did a video about. Wait a minute. Does anybody watch Netflix, nigga? I'm going off on a rant. Joe Buttons is so stupid. How stupid is he? Okay. This nigga made a fucking video. He cut a video up about, does anybody watch Netflix? And his numbers are shit. Now you stuck on YouTube with the rest of us. YouTube is like, fuck, I don't know, man. It's like a halfway house for bad kids, right? And if you're an older bad kid, you good because you know you're about to leave real soon. But if you're like a young bad kid, you got like 8 more years in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, Joe Buttons is stupid. You done let the money break up your team. No, nobody watches Rory and Mal, and them two clowns that sit next to Joe. I don't want to hear them niggas talk. These niggas was talking about is does anybody still watch Netflix, nigga? Yo, you could have rolled into the sunset with Spotify and not did shit else. You understand? Like, he could have rolled off into the sunset and not did nothing else. You had guaranteed money, and you wouldn't have to worry about your shit being censored and demonetized. Now you got to worry about the same issues that we worry about, because YouTube doesn't give a fuck who you are. That's the big difference. That should have been Joe's tipping point to stay with Spotify, because YouTube doesn't give a fuck who you are. Like, I know motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, Marcus Brownlee, yeah, okay, let Marcus Brownlee get out of line with YouTube. Even though it will never happen, but we've seen their biggest content creator at one point was PewDiePie. PewDiePie did the suicide video when he went to Japan. He went to the suicide force. His shit ain't been right since then. Right? Mr. Beast. Okay, give it time. They gonna get. YouTube has no loyalty to anybody but YouTube. No loyalty. They don't give a fuck who you are. I respect that part of it, but at the same time, it's like, damn. Listen, Netflix was going to have competition anyway because they spend so much on original content. They don't have enough of their own content to really go up against HBO and Disney, Amazon, Paramount. Like, we all knew this was coming. Like, people were always bragging about, yeah, I cut the cord. I don't watch cable. I do streaming. Okay. So you see how they just roped you right back in, right? Because everybody was talking. Let's go back to Ma Bell, when everybody's phone was under Ma Bell, and they filed an antitrust suit against Ma Bell, broke them up into the baby bells, right? Everybody's like, okay, we're winning because we broke up this big ass, we broke up the band, and now you got 7 phone carriers that everyone can play around with. Okay, and now how's that working out for you? So you got what? They done turned into Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T. And then under them is Cricket, Boost, and some other shit. You just came right back home. You just came right back home. So same thing with streaming. So you complain about your Comcast bills. It was $180 for cable, HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, whatever the fuck else you had, right? You complain about that. So now they're gonna give you streaming sites. $8 for Disney, $7 for HBO Max, another $7 for Paramount, and then they have tier programs. You done came right back home. You're not gonna beat this system. You're not gonna beat this system. Did all that talking about cutting the cord. Now you come back. Now you got 5 streaming subscriptions. That's not very smart. That was Logan Paul. Okay. Not PewDiePie. Yeah, but they've messed with They've messed with Pewdie. But yeah, and yeah, you see where Logan's at. Had to get the fuck off of YouTube. I'm sorry. Wow. Does anybody watch quality TV? Listen, I don't watch. Nope, I never heard of it. I saw a good DT. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, Academics is killing it on Spotify. He rarely drops. He drops a YouTube video once a month, twice a month. Like, it's a slow day when Academics drops a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? They're killing it. Killing it. So yeah, Joe Budden's stupid. Now we got Lord of the Rings TV series coming out on Amazon. We got Godzilla and the Monsterverse on Amazon Prime coming out. I mean, my gosh, the IPs that these companies are spending money on is ridiculous. I mean, Netflix can only do so much. They don't have longer money. It's not even about the money. They don't have the IP to match, to go toe to toe with a Disney or an HBO or Paramount. They just don't. So eventually they're going to lose a lot of market share. But if Netflix just stays the course and come up with maybe another Squid Games type situation twice a year, they're going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So if they can have another breakout like a Squid Games 2 times a year, they're good. And they just got to slowly build up and buy other IPs, you know? Yeah, Hulu, Peacock, you know what I'm saying? But yo, that Lord of the Rings shit looks dope. I'm like, I just seen the trailer the other day. I was like, ooh, this looks good. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, I'm for it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Where could I order a hoodie? Oh yeah, go to the website. It is Super Sly. Damn, where is my website? I'm sorry, my bad. Let me think. Yes, supersly75.com. Just go to the website, and I promise you, everything is there. Everything. Here's what I don't like about Disney Plus. So when they did the Black Widow thing, they had the exclusive Disney Plus. It's like, no, I'm already paying you $8 a month, and now you want to give me Black Widow for another $30? No. So I hope they don't do that shit again, ever. But I respect Disney's IP. Disney has a stupid IP, but don't sleep on Warner Brothers. Do not listen. If you watch Space Jam, LeBron Space Jam, and they had damn near every character they've owned in that movie, do not sleep on Warner Brothers. I hate Warner Brothers. I can't wait for the merger with Discovery to be completed. But their IP is right there with Disney. Do not sleep on Warner Brothers. Don't do that. And you forget the majority of Warner Brothers IP is original. A lot of Disney shit has been bought. They bought that shit through Marvel, whoever else. Listen, you take away Lucasfilm, and you take away Marvel from Disney. What do you have? Right? You take away Lucasfilm and you take away Marvel from Disney. What do you have? You don't have shit. You don't have shit. Okay? Put some respect on Marvel's name. Marvel has a deep IP. Stupid deep. Okay, so let's get back into some stuff. Yo, your students watch Squid Games? Ooh. What did they think about Squid Games? Martina, I'm curious. What did your students think about that? Yeah, I hope they don't go. From what they're saying, they won't. Would I be surprised? You know. Yeah, Microsoft acquired Activision. Man, I'm telling. Listen, this Metaverse thing is gonna pop off. Like the Metaverse here. This is what. He said Mickey Mouse. That's it. That Mickey Mouse shit ain't gonna cut it. Listen, that Steamboat Willie shit ain't gonna cut it. Listen, I'll be the first to admit that Metaverse shit, when they get done with it, it's gonna be hard to not get into it. Like I see all these conscious niggas talking about, oh, stay away from Metaverse, and they're gonna have you, like they're gonna have you hooked on the TV, and you're gonna be like Ready Player One. Listen, when they're done crafting these other worlds, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard not to get into it because everybody's going to be there. Your friends are going to be there. Your mate may be there. Your kids are going to be there. Right? Your work bay is going to be there. Like everybody's going to be in this motherfucker, and you're going to be like, here I am in the real world. I'm bucking the system. Nigga, if you don't get your lame ass get this VR headset on your motherfucking eyes and get in this motherfucking Metaverse, it's gonna be hard to not be in this shit. You understand? It's gonna be damn hard, especially when they start putting on the once they start attaching it to like the receptors, the feel good receptors and shit like that. Once you start like hooking that shit into where it could transfer you know how it was when we did PlayStation and the handsets could rumble, right? So if you play Mortal Kombat and it rumbles every time you got hit, like that on steroids in the Metaverse. Can you imagine you in a ring with Mike Tyson and you really getting hit and knocked the fuck out in real time and you feeling that shit? Or you playing a football game and you catch the ball across the fucking line in the middle of the field and you get knocked on your ass and you feel that shit? Who's not going to be in? Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? like, who wouldn't? Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be Jerry Rice for today. I want to be like Randy Moss. I want to be on that 08 Patriots team, right? You can do all that. You can do all that. Yeah, full immersion suits. It's gonna be ill. Yo, you wanna be your favorite rapper on stage, performing in front of 10,000 people? You can be that. You can be that. Listen, there's only going to be two people in this Metaverse thing. Those that's making money off the shit and those that's immersed in this shit 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like people be like, oh, this is how they're going to get you on that UBI. This is how they're going to get you on that UBI shit. The UBI is coming, but not until they get this shit set up first. Okay? So they can pay you to stay at home to live in an alternate reality where you're not a threat to the system. That's perfect. It's game over. If the government can convince you to stay at home, will pay you to stay at home, and will give you access to the Metaverse, and where you can do any and everything you ever wanted to do. You can fuck all the bad bitches you wanted to. If you want to fuck Rihanna, you can fuck Rihanna. You want to fuck Beyonce, you can fuck Beyonce. You want to fuck a young Britney Spears, you can do that. You understand? You want Boris Kojo? You can have him. You want to have threesomes with 10 men? You want to get gangbanged by 10 men? You can do that too. Do you understand? There's nothing in reality they're going to have for you that can compete with the Metaverse. Why the fuck would you want to stay in reality? Pay taxes, right? Gotta go to work, take orders from a motherfucker you don't like. Gotta put gas in the car. Gas is $5-6 a gallon. Who the fuck wants to go through that shit? Life is so bad for a lot of people. They will jump at this shit. I don't fucking blame them. Life is so bad for people right now. They're going to jump on this shit. You know what I'm saying? The government's going to be like, we can do what the fuck we want to do now. Right? Oh, hey, we're going to cut your metaverse feed if you don't take this pill. Oh shit, give me this pill. I want to keep staying in the metaverse. And listen, it's not going to be about electricity bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we need you to sign this waiver so we can, whatever the fucking case we want to do. If you don't, we're going to cut your feed to the metaverse. Oh, okay, I'll sign whatever. Fuck out of here. Yes. They're begging for it now. Life is so bad for people. Life is so bad for people. Life has become so hard and so difficult, right? I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like being an adult half the time. I hate being an adult. I hate that shit. I hate adulting. What? She got some. Listen, I'll be honest. Fuck all this being a man shit. This is some bullshit. Okay? I'm transparent enough to tell y'all this being adult man shit is not the bee's knees. It's not the bee's knees. So don't be surprised if you see a young ass super sly, but like, damn, bro, how tall are you? Yeah, I'm 6'5", 270. It's me, guys. It's me, super sly. No, I thought you was a little dude. No. I got a fucking cape on and shit. I'm running around this motherfucker like Man of Steel, just doing all types of weird shit, just dumb shit. Okay? Don't be mad if you see me up in the motherfucking metaverse. I'm not playing with y'all. Yes. Techie upgrade. When the computer system basically tricked the dude into giving him permission, and the computer system had his own ulterior motive. He wanted to be free. He just needed his body, and the dude gave him permission to do so. And then he pretty much tied up all the loose ends that could take him out, that could disable his system. Took out the creator. He used the guinea pig guy. I mean, that was an excellent movie. Upgrade is dope as fuck. And at the end, you know what's fucked up about the movie? I was rooting for the AI. Upgrade is so fucked up. I was rooting for the AI at the end because I thought he got killed. I was like, fuck. I was hoping he would win. And the nigga won. I was like, go AI, go. I was like, go AI, go. The motherfucker won and walked about that motherfucking apartment building and owned to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. And he could access all the financial grids, all the electrical grids. He could do whatever the fuck he wanted. I was rooting for this motherfucker. That's how fucked up the movie was. Right? I'm telling you. Techie, why you do that, bro? Techie, why you do Techie, why you do that, bro? I was trying to be cool. Man, listen. If I can be an 8-foot werewolf in the metaverse, that's what the fuck I would be. All right, I will fuck around and be an 8-foot werewolf. Okay? That's what the fuck I would. So I would be a motherfucking 8-foot werewolf. Yo, I'm gonna get out of here. I got tomorrow. Tomorrow, like all these next couple of days, we're gonna talk hip hop, Southern hip hop. So I'm going to every day bring on somebody from the South and get their perspective on their influences, Southern hip hop, how they feel about Southern hip hop, where it's going, things of that nature. So y'all just bear with me. Like I said, I'm in the process of slowly rebranding and revamping this channel. So for those that are like, man, it's like all the old stuff, I will bring back slowly but surely, because I'm in an abusive relationship with YouTube, and yeah. So y'all just bear with me. I promise some of the old stuff that you guys liked about the channel will come back. I will stay the course. This will be the weird shit, hip hop, and pretty much that lane for my main channel. Backup channel, we're gonna be on some wild shit on the backup channel, so don't worry about that. Yeah. Yeah. They already arguing about AI versus transhumanism. Yeah. The metaverse will stop the violence. That's interesting. Interesting. Do you believe in time travel? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Philadelphia experiment is probably the first case that I remember of them attempting time travel. I'm sure they've already they play with timelines. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I know they do. You know, but I would say for those that are just now with the time travel thing, research the Philadelphia experiment. It's a horrific story. What happened to those sailors on that ship? Uh, Alien technology capturing dreams. Ooh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Well, okay, Inception. You know, if you can go into somebody's dreams and use whatever is in their dreams against them to get information or to coerce them to make certain decisions. You know, they're already there was another movie that did that too, and I forget. Oh, it's an older movie. It had was it Kevin Bacon? No, Robert Downey Jr. Flatliners. Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, and Robert Downey. Flatliners, 1980, what 87? Somebody, help me out because I'm getting old and shit. Flatliners gave us that. So yeah, that's another reality that they can play with against you and other people's. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But listen, people are going to want this metaverse thing. So this is why I don't take niggas serious that be like, oh, we got to rail against it. No, niggas, y'all niggas will be in this shit too because do you have no audience? That's what I'm getting to. So once the metaverse is up and running, let's say another 15 years, right? Your audience is going to be there, right? We will all have to be there at some point because that's where that's where the eyes and ears are. You can't reach the people out here on the streets if there's no one out here in the streets to listen to. So everything's going to be in the metaverse, good, bad, or indifferent. So if you're going to want to reach the people and get your message out, you're going to have to get your ass in here and get plugged in too. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see. I could have swore Jesse Ventura died. I don't know. I don't recall him dying. So, no. I was on my backup channel, so obviously no one knows about my backup channel. So, I'll be back. I'll be in between both. So, okay. Dreamcatcher was intense. Read the novel and watch a 2-hour movie. Okay, what year did that come out? Because I don't remember that movie. I just remember Flatliners in the mid 80s. For me, like that's the first movie I remember them messing with people's dreams. So, okay, I'll have to put that on my list. All right, I thank you guys for hanging out. Do me a favor on your way out, please hit the like button. And as I read this spiel, once again, heavily flawed individual, aka Superslot75 on www.onthewakeradio.com. Shout out to my producer, Cindy Ashby. Catch the replays always on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Anchor for the replays. All right, with that being said, y'all have a good night. Peace.